What is going on, everybody? Hope you're doing well, man. Hope your weekend has been good, and I hope your week's been good as well. I've been a little bit under the weather, as you can hear in my voice, but that's the reason I hadn't been out filming, recording anything. But today, sun's out. It's quit raining, so I'm going to get out and shoot, man. I've been wanting to get back down in the woods. And today we're going to be doing a little bit of speed testing and just in general talking about arrows and different things that I'm starting to realize when it comes to shooting Asiatic style of archery and using thumb draw. The speed testing today we're going to do, it's just my curiosity. It really doesn't matter how fast the bow shoots. It's just a curiosity thing, just to kind of put there in the memory bank. So if somebody were to ask, I'd be able to tell them. Looking forward to getting out in the woods. Thank you for coming by. Thank you for joining in on this video, and I hope you stay to the end. So let's get together and get down there and take some shots and just have some fun today. That's the goal of this video, just have some fun. So let's get at it. Man, I'm gonna have to get me a horse or a pack mule or something to carry all the stuff I gotta carry down to shoot, man. Woo! That's too much. So let me get set up. And we're going to check the speed of this bow. Then we're going to talk about a few different things that I've learned over the course of time shooting this thing for the past month or so. And hopefully if you're getting into this style of archery, thumb draw archery or Asiatic archery, whatever you want to call it, hopefully this will help you out, give you some tips and pointers, and maybe this will give you some idea of what it's like, the frustrations, some of the things you're going to have to overcome. Probably need to make me a hanger for my targets. Let me get down here and do that at some point. It is always so good to get out and shoot, man. I'm just enjoying this. I'm glad the wind has quit blowing and it's quit raining. It is still cold out, but not like it was yesterday. Yesterday was brutal. But today we're going to be doing a speed test on my Hungarian longbow. I want to see how fast it actually shoots. Not that it matters, I've done a previous video about speed testing, and it's fun to know, but again, it's not one of those things that's a make or break deal for any bow for me. Now, what's fascinating about the style of archery and shooting from this 33.5 pound draw weight bow is the simple fact that I can use a lot of different spined arrows. And in this test today, we're going to be using 340s, 400s, and 500 spines. And why that is really so exciting to me is because each of these arrows that I'm going to be shooting today is tuned to a bow specific. But this kind of throws all of that out the window within reason, of course. I'm just going to set up. We're going to set the chronograph up. We're going to take some speed test shots. Just kind of see. We'll take probably just a test group. We'll use each different spine a couple of different times through it, maybe 3 times through the bow, just to see. And I'll use the same arrow. That way it doesn't kind of skew the test one way or the other. So it'll take me a little bit to get through those shots. I'll have to do a lot of editing. But that being said, and then once we get done with that, we're going to talk a little bit more about the bow and some things that I've noticed over the course of time shooting it. Some things that if you're getting into thumb draw archery or this style of archery, some things to be mindful of. Maybe it can save you some frustration. The frustrations actually that I had when I'm learning to shoot this. So let's get set up and let's shoot. Now, of course, the goal is to not shoot the phone. Okay. All right, so I have a new string ready. Let's take some shots. I'm going to start with a 340. These are gold tip hunters, which is what I typically shoot. All right, let's see how fast the 340 spine gold tip hunter shoots out of the, especially if I pick it up, out of the Hungarian longbow at 33.5 pounds draw weight. What do we get on that one? 152, not bad. Now we'll be shooting a 400 spine. What was that one? 160. And now the 500 spine. This is a gold tip hunter as well. And 157. Okay, so let's collect the arrows and let's take some more shots with this. So first initial test, they're all about even, but again, I'm just warming up. So let me take some more shots with this and let's see if the speed doesn't increase from one arrow to the other. So let's go back down to the chronograph and let's shoot 3 more. Alrighty, so let me clear this string. Let's change it. There we go. Start string number 2. And we will start this time with the 400 spine. Let's see what we get. 160, that's pretty good. Shoot the 340 now. 156 and the 500, which is a little bit muddy. Probably don't need to be sticking those things up in the ground, right? And what did we get on that one? 157. Not real happy with that. I think the release was bad on that one. My fingertips are frozen. I need to warm them up for just a second. Whew. Man, it's so fun to get out and shoot. I just enjoy spending time down here in the woods shooting, or really wherever I'm shooting. It doesn't matter. And that's the thing about archery, you know, is just to get out and have fun. You know, try new things, push yourself, push your limits, explore. You know, I can tell you this much. I am really excited about being able to learn this, and I'm just thankful that, you know, I've had some good people comment on this, you know, this style of archery for me, like Handy, Paul Weber. The list goes on and on. You guys are just phenomenal. Thank you so much for the tips and pointers and kind of getting me steered in the right direction. I like it so much that I'm actually fixing to pick up another, it's a Tatar bow, AF Tatar. I think that's what I'm looking at, but I'll have to go back and review it. I mean, I am so fascinated with this style of archery. It's just fun. It's frustrating, but it's fun. But, all right, fingers gonna warm up, then we're gonna take 3 more shots. I think that last shot that I released on that 500 spine was a little bit wonky. See if I can't clear that up with this next round of shooting. I really need to get down here and put some standing target hangers, if you will. I think that's what I'm gonna do. Possibly when it starts to warm up just a little bit, I'm gonna get down here and kind of revamp my area. I love being able to get down here. I know one of my subscribers, Graham, always comments on, you know, being able to go out to the wood behind your house. It's really nice. I am thankful and I'm appreciative that I do have the opportunity to come down here and just get away from kind of everything and everybody and just enjoy shooting. All right, my fingers are about warmed up, so now we're going to go ahead and take 3 more shots. Hopefully I can clean that last one, or that 500 spine shot up. I think I rushed the shot a little bit. So let's go shoot. All right, so 3rd and final shots with each of the different arrows. I'm gonna shoot the 500 first because, again, I think that release was a little bit wonky on that last time, and I think that affected the arrow flight. 159, that's pretty good. Let's see how these compare to that. 155, that was the 340 spine. Sorry I didn't name it before. And now we'll shoot the 400, close it out. 163. I think the fletchings not being on the 400 spine are affecting it because there's no drag on the arrow. So I think that's why that arrow is shooting a little bit faster than the other two. So another fascinating aspect of this style of shooting is by using Katra, you don't really have to worry too much about arrow spine. Arrow length is important, arrow spine not so much. And you can use a lot of different arrows shooting out of the same bow, as opposed to like my recurves and my longbow. You really need to tune specifically to those bows. But this, of course, tuning is important. You want to make sure that you get the best performance out of your equipment that you can, and tuning is the best way to do that. But I found that I can shoot every arrow in my collection out of this bow and get, I don't want to say it's a good grouping, but I can at least hit the target with them and keep them all within a consistent area, if you will. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to shoot every arrow in my quiver. I'm not going to, you know, worry about which spine I'm pulling out of the quiver. I'm just going to take them out and shoot them. That way I don't have to worry and think too much about it. The other thing too is my draw. I'm actually getting more strong, or stronger, more strong. I'm getting stronger where I can actually pull back with just one finger. Now what I found with that is that affects the release too. Pulling back with 2 fingers is good, but I think because the one finger is actually releasing a lot cleaner and a lot faster, and it's creating a better shot, if you will. So one other thing though, with the 500 spines, we'll talk about that here in just a minute. I'm a little bit leery of shooting those just because of the length. That's important, and when we close out the video I'll kind of talk about that some as well. So let me take these shots. Hopefully I'm going to get them in the same spot or close to the same grouping and I won't miss the target, which is what I used to do a lot. So let's go shoot them. Oh, that was like a shot. So there you go, with the exception of that one 500 that I released incorrectly. I mean, you can see that you can shoot just about whatever arrow you want out of this bow. Now that's ugly, I get it, I know it. But just for testing purposes, you can see that you can get relatively, I mean, decent groupings out of a lot of different spined arrows. But I'm happy with it, man. I'm enjoying this. It's a fun learning experience for me. Hopefully if you start this journey with this style of archery, hopefully it'll be just as fun for you as it is for me. This style of archery is so fascinating to me because you can do so much more with it than I can with just my standard recurves and longbow that I've been shooting. Now, will I give up shooting those? No, of course not. I do enjoy every aspect of archery. But the thing about this is it's so fascinating. You can shoot a lot of different spined arrows like you just saw from the same bow. And that's a win for me. That's a bonus. Now, the other thing too that I was talking about before when I was talking about the 500 spined arrows is just the simple fact of how long these are. These coming in at right at 30.5 inches because I tuned these to my recurve bow. And that's a little bit dangerous shooting from here. So what's happening is I'm circumventing my full draw and my draw cycle, if you will, to actually shoot these arrows. So I'm not getting the maximum that I can from the bow at my full draw length. And that's of course causing accuracy issues and inconsistencies whenever I'm anchoring, inconsistencies in my form, my anchor, and of course my release. Because when you're using your finger for the shelf, if you will, on the front of the bow, what's happening is that arrow is coming right there to the tip. And I'm afraid of shooting my finger, so I'm hesitant to shoot the way that I normally shoot. I have ordered some new arrows, some new 500 spines, because my local shop doesn't have them in a longer than the 30 and a half is what I'm shooting now. They don't have those, so I had to go outside of my local shop and order them. And like supply chain issues with everyone, I'm waiting on those to come in. So hopefully when they do come in, I'll be able to tune them to this bow and then really get out and really see what I can do with a 500 spine. Because 500 spines are what you really need to shoot from this draw weight. You can get away with a 600 spine too, but I can't find those longer than 30 inches at my local shop. So, but again, you can use really whatever spine arrow you have as long as you're within your proper GPP. You want to make sure that you have enough grains per pound in the arrow so that you don't explode on release. Now, with a 35-pound bow, you don't really have to be worried about that so much, but you do want to be safe when you're out shooting. So I hope you enjoyed this brief little video. I hope you enjoyed the speed test. I know it's fascinating to me to see how fast the bow shoots with the different arrows. But again, it's just bragging rights. That's all it is. It's got nothing to do with anything. The key is just to get out, have fun, enjoy what you're doing, learn something new every time you step out on the range or every time you step out on that line, and get better. Just grow. Don't get frustrated. It's okay to be struggling where you are, but that's just an opportunity to get better every time you step out here to shoot. And that's my goal, to get better at everything that I do with all aspects of archery. So to all my new subscribers, thank you so much for coming by and thinking enough of my content to subscribe to my channel. And all my subscribers, thank you for investing your time in my content. It means so much to me that you actually do that and that you think enough of the content that I post here on my channel. Also, please check out my website, blueskiesarchery.com. I am posting new content as we go along. And in the future, in the coming months, I'm thinking about doing a couple of giveaways. Not to bring people into my channel, but to just say thank you for investing your time in my content. And I want to give back to the community. So stick around. I hope you come back and join me for things like that. I hope you come back and join me just for the content that I post. And I hope it helps you. I hope you learn something from it. If nothing more, I hope it just entertains you for just a brief minute, just an escape from the world, if you will. So thank you so much. I do appreciate it. I do hope you join me next time I post future and upcoming content. And as always, I hope you have a great day, a better day tomorrow, and a wonderful week ahead of you. And until next time.